and all of you watching this video. I know all of you have amazing gifts to share with the world. What's up, soul family? It's another day on Starship Earth, and we're sending gratitude into the cosmos. Today I want to talk about the importance in letting yourself be seen and what comes from that. What comes from sharing your authentic self with the world, sharing your gifts, your ideas, your discoveries, your creations, letting your energy be felt and seen. Because there comes a point on this spiritual journey, this spiritual path, when we really start discovering our passions, what lights our soul up, what we like creating, what we like doing in this world, what we feel with our heart, and what we truly feel is meaningful for us. And sometimes we feel resistant in sharing this with the world and sharing our authentic self, because of all the programming that we've received over the years from our childhood. Fear of judgment, fear of failure. And that's where getting out of our comfort zone comes into play. Moving past these self-imposed limitations. Allowing ourselves to be free, to share ourselves with the world. Before I started making videos, I was so scared of being seen on video. I was so scared of just cameras in general. I hated taking pictures. I couldn't really envision myself on camera. I had all these judgments about myself, that I would sound weird, that I would look weird, that I wouldn't have anything interesting or beneficial to talk about. But once I took that first step, made my first video, all that energy started releasing, all that resistance started releasing. Although when I first posted that video, I still had all these judgments, all this resistance coming up. But I had a lot of good feedback. I had one or two people that seen my video and they enjoyed it, even though it wasn't the best. It wasn't good at all, because I was basically just reading from a script and I couldn't even look at the camera. But even though it wasn't the best at the time, it was still my authentic self being shared. It was me getting out of my comfort zone, and that felt so freeing. Doing something I was scared of. And over time, the videos started getting better and better. I started feeling more comfortable behind the camera. I started being able to speak without reading something, without reading a script. And then recently, I was feeling very resistant and doing live videos, because I was so used to being able to edit my videos however I wanted, being able to redo different sentences and things I was saying. And just doing live videos felt like it brought me back to when I was in school and I had to talk in front of class. That's kind of how it felt. It felt like people were watching me as I was speaking. But that's something I had to transcend, so that I could share more of my authentic self with the world, so I could share my gifts. I felt this calling to speak more, to share what I've discovered on my path. And with going against our comfort zone, going into the unknown, not knowing what the result's going to be. It could go bad, it could go good. You never know. But that's what's freeing about going into the unknown. Into the unknown is where we grow, it's where we expand. Even if it goes bad, if we perceive it as a bad experience, we learn something from it. We grow and expand. We can't expand, we don't grow, we don't shift when we stay in the same place in our comfort zone. Into the unknown, into the void, into that 0 point infinite energy is where our soul expands. It's where our consciousness expands. I just find that so powerful. I finally took that step and I did my first live video. And I'll be honest, I was super nervous. I was shaky. My hands were shaking. I was doing a sound healing for people. But it felt so good afterwards. I felt so proud of myself. And then the next day, I did another live video. I was still nervous, but the last 20 minutes of that live, I felt calm. My nervous system started calming down. My heart rate started settling. Then I started really feeling a connection with my viewers, and I was feeling grateful to be able to be seen on that level. People were seeing more of my authentic self. So that's just so powerful. Going against what is normally comfortable for us. Knowing that on the other side of that comfort, on the other side of that fear, is love and expansion. Self-love. There is so much self-love in allowing ourselves to expand, into breaking through those limitations. Because for years, I've been a hermit. I've hid myself, which came with its own benefits. I was able to discover more things about myself. But once I did that self-discovery, it was time to let my gifts shine. And all of you watching this video, I know all of you have amazing gifts to share with the world. So if you're thinking about starting something new, creating something new, going out of your comfort zone, this is your message, this is your sign to do so. Because I know it will help you expand, and it will help you grow in ways that will be so profound and healing for your soul and for your vessel. And I wrote something the other day that said, into the unknown, when we step into the unknown, this is where we discover new ways of being, new states of being, new energy and new frequencies. When we embrace that void, when we take that leap of faith, go against our fear, and allow ourselves to fly, to spread our wings, and embrace something new. This is where we discover new energies and new ways of being. Into the unknown is where we find expansion, soul expansion, expanding our consciousness. You know, we tend to limit ourselves so much because we've been instilled with thoughts and ideas about ourselves that aren't true. The potential, your potential is infinite. You have so many powerful gifts, a unique expression to share with the world. Just being able to see that beauty and allow that beauty to unfold. Letting yourself be seen, sharing yourself through whatever art or creativity you want, whatever modality you want. If you want to write something, allow yourself to write without limitation. If you want to create videos, if you want to paint, if you want to start driving, if you want to anything that you feel called to do. There's so much beauty in our flaws and our imperfections. It's what makes us unique. There's nothing wrong with trying something new. There's nothing wrong with not being perfect. We're human. We're here to learn. We're here to learn lessons. Everyone has a different perception of what perfect is. But what's perfect is all of creation, all what is happening energetically. Look at this reality, feel this reality. There's a polarity within everything. There's masculine and feminine energy within everything. There's an ebb and flow. There's a rhythm in this life. So just learning to allow and to align ourselves with this rhythm. Sometimes it's time to go within, and sometimes it's time to expand our gifts and to share with the world. Because ultimately, We're meant to be sharing. We're meant to be communicating with each other. You know, we live in a society where everyone's disconnected from each other. Our hearts are disconnected. So that's why it's so important to start sharing our authentic self. Because whenever you share your true self, someone else is inspired. It becomes a domino effect. Your light shines upon another's darkness. Your light helps another person ignite their own light. So one person igniting their own flame lights the way for others to see their own divinity within themselves, to inspire them to embrace their authenticity, embrace their imperfections, their light, their shadow, and their entire being as a whole. You're not lacking anything. All we need is awareness of self. With awareness, we can come to an understanding and an acceptance, unconditionally loving and accepting ourselves, so that we can go forward and share ourselves, share our gifts, and allow our divine creativity to expand and flow. And the funny thing is about going against our comfort zone during our spiritual awakening, when we really feel called to do something, but we have resistance towards it, that resistance will keep on building and building. And as that resistance builds, as we try to distract ourselves from the messages, from what spirit in our heart wants us to do, spirit will get louder and louder. They'll start sending messages from everywhere, every direction. When I was resisting doing lives, I kept getting those messages over and over. I'm like, I don't know, maybe next week, maybe a month from now. I kept procrastinating. Because at the root of procrastination is fear of failure. You'll just keep getting those synchronicities. Synchronicity after synchronicity. And you're like, all right, spirit, I hear you. But sometimes that fear just holds us back. You know, it took me a long time to really start doing videos. I really had to sit with myself in meditation so many times until I finally took action. Same with the live videos. So when we're connected to spirit, we receive the messages that we need, but sometimes we don't want to listen. Sometimes our ego, our blockages, our mental blockages, and the fear that we've been programmed with prevents us from going forward. We just have to work through that fear and go forward regardless. Get past that comfort zone. Go into the uncomfortable. If you embrace the uncomfortable, you will find so much healing and growth. That's one reason why I like to take cold showers. Because taking cold showers never starts off as comfortable. Your body is telling you no. Your mind is telling you no. But if you embrace it, if you embrace the cold and breathe through it, you will get so many benefits. You'll activate your parasympathetic nervous system, and you will actually reprogram your mind into feeling more comfortable, into going against the uncomfortable, if that makes sense. And as you sit in that cold water, your body starts to get used to it. You start to feel comfortable in that environment, and then you start gaining confidence. Confidence that you can go into the unknown and succeed. You can be your authentic self and succeed. So that's what I wanted to share today. That's the message that I wanted to share today, because that's what I've been experiencing. I've been experiencing some great expansion and new opportunities and new abundance coming into my life just from going against my comfort zone. Seriously, so powerful. So if you enjoyed this message and enjoyed this video, subscribe to my channel, Soul Expansion, and hit the bell button so you're notified when I post new videos. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for receiving and being open to this message. I appreciate all of you. Hope you have an amazing day. Peace, guys. Much love.